Hello viewers, this is Jared from J-Rock Production Studios, and if you've been keeping up on my recent Onderon building series, today I would like to announce that I have finally finished that and will be showcasing that to you guys. And I'd also like to clarify before we get into some of the components of this, this is not a part of the Republic Log official collab, and in case you guys haven't heard, me, Kylo Bricks, and Rilo Bricks have recently created a new log group called Republic Log, so if you want to go ahead and apply for that, I will leave that in the Discord, or the Discord in the description below, that you guys can go ahead and click on that link. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into some more of the up-close details and components of this MOC. So you can see that this MOC indeed utilizes some groundwork over here on the right side, and over here is where more of that hidden base comes into play, along with a rock wall right there as well. I will go ahead and start off though by showing you guys the groundwork, and we'll move our way along the left side. So you can see I tried to utilize some different 1x2 plate pieces all throughout here of the different brown sort of colors on top of more larger plate pieces to try to give the ground a little bit of texture and not have that boring, as well as I tried to use some different little rockwork pieces and built a little custom tree back there. It's kind of falling apart, that's not all held together well. But yeah, you can see the premise of this MOC is that there's a hidden base. If you guys remember the planet of Onderon from the Clone Wars series, I don't believe there's actually an assault from the 501st on there, but for this scenario we decided to go ahead and use these clone troopers for this one, because I didn't really have the parts to make the sort of custom hidden Captain Rex and all the rebels that were actually attacking the droids there. So I just kind of used a few creative liberties in using those 501st clone troopers, which I don't think have ever been in a MOC before actually. So yeah, there's some different groundwork all throughout here. Not very many grass pieces though. Again, I wanted to bring out a little bit more of that groundwork detail, although it's not that full and the rocks kind of get hidden in there. You can see we just have sort of a pathway leading up. Really should have bought more of these pieces. I should have bought a whole bunch of those to line that, made that much more full. But again, we can work on that in the future. But that leads up to sort of this rock wall right here. And you can see we have, apparently the clones are trying to climb up onto where the base entrance leads to with this rope. Not going very well for them at this point, as you can see. Looks like this guy's about to get taken out by some tactical droids. And we got some different plots of flowers. Not really flowers, but the different plant work that is situated within that those sort of basins right there that are holding everything all together, along with the tiles and the grill pieces back there. Should also mention we also have a little bit of a speeder right here as well. But yeah, this was my first attempt at an actual rock wall, so I think it turned out okay. I think there's a few different gaps in there. Obviously it doesn't look the best on top, but I think overall, I think it has that sort of jagged but still somewhat symmetrical look to it. I think that brings out sort of the whole details, the texture pretty well. And I think it's the perfect size to also situate a base in the back there to sort of tuck that in there, and therefore giving this the name of a hidden Separatist base. So I think that turned out okay. You can see we have some droids sort of on top there, a little bit more ground detail, not much though. This is on the top of a rock wall, so you wouldn't expect to see much detail, but you can see they are getting shot up by the clones. They're also putting some shots downrange on the clones themselves. Got a few commando droids, and that is where we lead into the actual base portion of this. So you can see that we do have a little bit of a pad right here with the speeder also situated on that, sort of idle and not being used right now by any of the droids. We also have two sort of openings, one right here and one right here, where the sort of forces can come out. That's sort of the entrance to the base. I left those kind of open. I probably should have put something else there, but I think it uses what it needs to just fine to sort of bring out the more attention to that there's an actual base inside there. And the base is obviously exposed in the back, and this top piece right here just removes sort of modular style yet again. That just go ahead and lifts right on off. To expose the base, it's not much, but there's a little bit going on in here. Some pretty cool elements that I just want to go ahead and show you guys more up close. So right here we have the table with Newt Gunray and Poggle the Lesser, who are looking at sort of this table, this hologram table that has the outline of some sort of a battle. This obviously isn't from the actual battle that's ongoing outside the base right now, but something probably more at a planetary scale, a larger scale, that's something that's not really actually occurring within the MOC itself. But you can see we just have a few different droids sort of scattered around, one climbing up the ladder. We also have a gun rack right over here. Go ahead and remove this figure to give you guys a little bit better of a look. Sorry, I had to use some clay to keep those guys to actually stick on the base plate. But yeah, this design for the gun rack isn't anything special. Just holds a few different long blasters and a few different short blasters. In the back we also have a rack carrying some battle droids that are not yet activated as well. And that is everything we do have for this MOC. This build took a couple of weeks here, sort of on and off building. It wasn't anything that consistent, but I did have a couple live streams. I didn't really do much of the groundwork within any of those live streams, so a lot of this does look fairly new to you guys probably. But yeah, that's my latest MOC, of course. The next one that I will be putting out to you guys will probably be along the Republic collab. And again, we haven't really revealed what that will be yet, so I'm not going to go ahead and tell you guys. But yeah, it'll probably take place in the Clone Wars era, of course, because Republic-like, we've got to have something with the Republic clone troopers, of course. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and join that, again, the link will be in the Discord below where you can go ahead and apply for our LUG group. So that's really all I have for this one. So thank you all for watching. May the Force be with you, and as always, have a nice day.